white hat at Syracuse. Now Kai's on the come up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Knowing what you know now, and the business of the game has changed and all that. Like, what kind of game are you giving him? Are you like of the mind of like? Because my wife, bro, she's like, y'all are all going to college. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if you drop a platinum album and you become a bazillionaire. Yeah. You're going to college. So is it like the same type of energy, or is it like more?
My son is going to college. Like, it ain't no. Like, I don't even preach one and done to him.
Right.
Like, we not even playing that game, because I don't even want you to start thinking that right now.
Right.
Right?
Like, I'm ready now.
But you start shortcutting shit. And you start rushing shit. We ain't rushing nothing. Nigga, you going to college. If you had to stay for 2, you had to stay for 3, we going to college. We'll figure it out. We adapt as we go. If you ready to go after your first year, then we'll look at it.
Right.
But that's not a priority to us. Right? I also teach him the business of the game. Motherfucker. You ain't got to go get the 200, 300, right? Like, you understand? Like, because I know what you really want. Right. Like, let's be frank. Like, the money is there. Like, these kids want money. We all want money.
Yeah.
You want to hoop, but you want money too.
Yo, because
you want to get there, right? So the way you get there is by being patient, taking your time.
Right.
That's why in the NBA, you start seeing guys who come out one and done, or they go into Ignite and then they come to the league. They start falling off. Because they don't have a role. They don't have a place on that team. Now when you coming out and you taking your time and guys really get to see you develop, okay, from 16 to 19, like, I can't judge you I can't rate you as a pro right now at 16, 17 years old. You still haven't physically developed yet. You still haven't thought the game yet. You don't even know how to move on the court. I want you, I see the potential, but just know there's a large chance that you're going to come here and you're not going to play.
Right.
Because you're just not prepared to be a pro yet.
Yeah.
You hit the big if that was so important. You're like, if you ready to go. It's like we talk about the guys coming in and be like, yo, we only gonna be here for 1 year. How do you know that?
That's the people around them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at them like, how in the world, like, do you understand? I went through once and I sorted like all the draft classes by win shares just to give me a handle on like how many players in a given class were doing something. So this is like a whole draft class with the international players and everybody else. Or I may have done it for recruiting classes. But really, yeah, it's recruiting classes. This country produces about 10 or 12 NBA players per year. Yes. I don't mean dudes who play in the NBA.
No, that's sustained. That's sustained.
NBA players.
Sustainable.
Right. Where you're like, oh, I know who that is.
Yes.
Like, you just start going down and you get to number 11 and you're like, ugh, do I think this guy was an NBA player? It's so hard to get to the NBA.
It's hard, bro.
I don't know why people have forgotten this. As more and more kids play and more play at high level, you know what hasn't changed? The number of teams in the NBA.
Yep.
Not at nearly the same proportion as all that stuff down. Yes. So it's more people fighting to get in, and there just ain't spots.
Yes.
They're not there. Like, it plays itself out with women's ball, where the WNBA first round picks can't make teams because they don't pay nobody. So the older players don't have to leave, and the younger ones can't get in. But it's still the same issue. It's really hard to make it to the league. Absolutely. And I can't imagine how heartbreaking it would be if I thought my whole way, well, I'm a top 20 player in my class. I'm going to go to the NBA. Dude, top 20 is not promising you anything.
But this happens constantly. This is happening right now while we're speaking about this. This happens, this is on the clock, where guys just believe, and they believe so much at where they at that moment in time, that can't see the development to where I want to get to.
Yep.
I keep trying to tell people, man, it's hard as shit to get in this NBA. It's just the guys that you guys like and look up to and see. We make it look easy. This shit is hard. It's fucking difficult. I want to be honest. Like, this shit is hard to make the NBA. Yeah. Stop acting like this shit is the NBA is just this league. Like, this is the league.
Yeah.
And everybody don't make it. You got 450 guys in the NBA, man.
That's a fact.
And you got 60 every year that's coming in and out. Out of those 60, maybe 8 will play in the NBA. Maybe.
And make noise.
Not even make noise. Will be in a rotation. If 8, maybe 6 will be in a rotation.
I think about the first NBA player I ever saw with my own eyes where we were like, oh, that guy's going to the NBA. 1994, and it was Steven Jackson. He was a sophomore in high school, right?
Yeah, that's my guy. Oak Hill, baby.
Stack, man.
Do you realize all the things that Steven Jackson had to do to make it to the NBA and all, by the way, including going to Oak Hill,
and
right?
He wasn't even a star.
Yeah.
He was a great role player.
Right.
That had just a different tenacity.
And wasn't he like the leading scorer in the McDonald's All-American game?
Yep.
Like all of those things. And we knew it from jump. This is an NBA player.
I went to Oak Hill. And I went and used to see Steven Jackson's jersey on the shit.
The rafters and shit.
And I used to be like, fuck everybody on that list. Like Steven Jackson is the guy, because in high school that guy was phenomenal. He was unbelievable.
And
man.
he had to stamp that passport a couple times before he could get it going in the NBA, because it's that hard. I remember there's another dude that played with him that was just about as good. He went and played at Tulane. He ain't get no whiff
it's hard,
of
man.
the NBA.
It's
really hard to make it to the NBA.
The league is hard.
That's why I feel or I worry about like your son or like Bron's son or whatever, because people don't understand, man. If them boys get 2 years in the NBA, they've done something really, really impressive.
Absolutely.
D-Wade's son went straight to the G League.
Yep.
Most people hearing this have no idea what I'm talking about.
Right,
they ain't read nothing about it. They ain't seen it. I'm not saying that to insult him at all. It's really hard to make it to the NBA.
Hard,
once you get to a certain level,
different paths for everybody.
Everybody's nice. Once you get to a certain level, everybody's nice. And that's when it comes into what you're talking about, learning your role, learning your spot.
Absolutely.
You know
so I told my to answer your question and bring it back. I teach my son, look, this is the totality of the game, because I'm fortunate enough to give you that information at an early age. I didn't get that information till maybe 5, 6, 7 years into my NBA career. So now I can sit down with you. Hey, here's examples. I'm not just talking shit. Here's examples of these guys who you thought and think are the guys. You don't see them up here. Or you see them up here struggling. Or you see them up here can't adapt. Or you see them up here gotta wait and go through the rigmarole of 4 or 5 years. And then maybe you get a shot your 7th, 8th. If you fortunate enough to stick around that long, and you're only sticking around that long because in this league, there's a role that you have to play. You ain't coming here doing the same shit, because you coming here to a team that already got those guys on there.
Yeah. There's already a dude that's
how do I adapt to doing what this guy needs me to do? Like, what is my role? And I think that's what this generation has a hard time to try to figure out, stepping into it. They think they just coming in NBA like it's EYBL, like it's the circuit, and I'm gonna do me. And it's a rude awakening, because your ass gonna be on the bench, your ass gonna be in the G League, and not the G League is cool, but your ass gonna be in the G League. And now you gotta play with, that's the mental part that you gotta play with.
You're gonna find out how much you love it.
You're gonna find out how much you love it. You driving the bus from Indiana to New York, from New York to Cali. Like,
bro. You're gonna find out this is really for you, because it would not be for me.
We're taking a brief break from today's episode to let you know that PrizePicks got you covered when it comes to helping you make some bread.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? The big game is right around the corner. PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to turn every game-changing moment into 100 times your money. You know what I mean? With as little as 4 correct picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000.
PrizePicks also allows you to pick combo projections across football and basketball with specials. What? So you can support all your teams, all your teams, man.
Oh, okay.
While still cashing in. So you get bread while supporting all your teams.
Oh, let's go. We lit. Make sure you visit prizepicks.com/7pm and use promo code 7pm for a deposit match up to $100.